本書見上行袖の本人下士の南無法蓮華経南無法蓮華経南無法蓮
無思議なる法を在所所
愛を離れしくおいでたる成就の浄土なり仏すでに過去にもめせず未来にも生ぜず諸家もて道体これすなわち自己真の三千具足三十世間なり釈文十四本に未だこれを解きたまわす法華経のうちにおいても時期未熟のゆえ過去の本文の漢字南無妙法蓮華経の語字においては仏らを文殊役をとにこれを付属したまわすいかに言わんやその異芸をやただ自由船外をめして八本を解いてこれを付属したもその本尊のていただく本寺のシャバの上に仏に越した中の妙法蓮華経の左右には釈迦牟尼仏他法仏釈尊の教示は上行等の四菩薩文殊弥勒とは四菩薩の眷属として松座に越ししゃけた方の大僧の諸菩薩は万民の大事に処して雲閣芸景を見るがごとし十方の諸仏大事の上に処するは釈仏釈道要するがゆえなり各のごときの本尊は在世四十四年にこれなし八年の間にもただ八本に限る本庁者門日蓮五千大時代非大四おしゃなむ妙With respect and veneration before the great Dharma, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, the quintessence of prayers transmitted by Jogyo Bosatsu. We praise the Shakyamuni Buddha, the primordial enlightened one. We pray ingress to the farthest suburb of compassion to Grand Master Nichiren Dai Bosatsu. Reincarnation of Jogyo Bosatsu in the Mapoil. Grand Master Nichiren Dai Shonin. Nichiren Shonin posterior body in the restructure of the home line in Pramopet of the Lotus Sutra and the Grand Master Nichiren Shonin founder of Homo Butsuryushu Daiji Dai Hidayon Hoshi. We offer deep gratitude to the second Koyo Nichimon Shonin, third Koyo Nichizui Shonin, fourth Koyo Nichikyo Shonin, the first master of Myoshin Temple Nippak Shonin, second master Nisso Shonin, and to all the masters who own Shato. We pray that all beings within this kind of forces returns to the Myoho primordial state, and that in this age of the 5500 years of the Buddha returns to the original state. The expansion of primordial Buddhism, Homo Butsuryushu, will take place incessantly. Namo Myoho Renge in front of the whole zone with respect and veneration. We pray for the expansion of reconciliation, for world peace, and for the sound health of our may we progress in your faith and your practice. May we be capable of accomplishing our good search for works. Out of the works, may we experience the benefits and become a vehicle of providence. May those who have beholden the homes on the Odaibo and in the secret teachings be united in mind, although separate in body. We pray for the preservation of the environment, for the solidarity of the beings, and for the realization of one conversion by faithful propagation widely in Nepal and around the world. We pray for the great progress in Buddhist education and studies. We pray for the encouragement of the religious heritage. And especially HBS Nepal would like to pray for a safe and successful go in Nepal for Tahara Shogyo and the Mayana Shoyush Kamodogyo. We would like to pray for a safe and successful go in Nepal for Marcos Istrugala and William Istrugala. Kamodogyo. We would like to pray for fast and easy health recovery of Kadika Seiji Shantimaya Tamangina Kumari Gurum Putam Tamang Bikas Tapa and Jiban Suba Kamodo Kyo. We pray that Naumyo Horeniko cause essence in the seal of enlightenment contained in the first 8 chapters of the primordial path of the Lotus Sutra, transmitted by the Jogyo. Homo Hapoyo Yo Sodei Honi Yisuno Namunyo Horene Kyo. In front of the Gohonzon with respect and veneration, we would like to pray for progress and expansion of the group of faithful establishing. We pray for health in devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's initiation. We pray for a fast eradication of the coronavirus to those who are remained affected. We pray for the progress of the mystical relationship with the Buddha and the meeting with the true secret Dharma, the elimination of the negative karma, full health, and the protection of all primordial Buddhism, that everyone realizes to go in accordance with the Buddhist intention. We pray for the recovery of all the sick and for the fulfillment of all the prayers of all participants in today's session. Now we are holding the divination session in front of the Gohonzon at HBS, Nepal, Kathmandu. We pray for health and devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's session. May those who are suffering from illness have their sickness cured immediately, and may those who are praying for overcoming sufferings and troubles have the protection and the blessing of the God. And especially in front of the Gohonzon, Utam Tanam, we would like to pray for fast and easy health recovery of Shanti Maya Tamangi Kamo Dokyo. We We would like to pray for fast and easy health recovery of Shanti Maya Tanangi Kano Dokyo. Vikram Guru would like to pray for fast and easy health recovery of Manju Tapamagar Kano Dokyo. Chudamani the Hall would like to pray for more focus in the discipline. Kano Dokyo. We would like to pray for the fulfillment of the confidential wish. Kano Dokyo. With respect and veneration of our prayers to all the late masters and the monks, faithful and your relatives of the Home Buddhist. With respect and veneration of our prayers to all souls who have died in disasters, epidemics, and the armed conflicts around the world, especially to all those deceased in the Nepal earthquake, and also deceased by the new coronavirus. We offer prayers to all souls, inscribing the posthumous purple tablet of the Myoshi Temple, HBS Nepal Center, and to deceased ancestors of all participants in today's study session, and all to deceased today, and especially for Obarakira, Myoho Kyoriki, Twism. For all the participants and people doing Hopo today, we pray one by one for the elimination of the bad karmas and the great progress in the In front of the government to respect and veneration. We pray for the progress and expansion of the group of faithful established in Nepal. We pray for health and devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's Shani's. We pray for the fast eradication of the coronavirus to all those who are informed and affected. We pray for the progress of the mystical relationship with the Buddha and the meeting with the true secret Dharma, the elimination of the negative karma, full health, and the protection of all primordial Buddhism, that everyone realizes the Uhoku in accordance with the Buddhist. We pray for the recovery of all the sick and for the fulfillment of all the prayers of all participants in today's session. With respect and veneration of our prayers to all the late masters and the monks, faithful and the relatives of the Homo Motivation. With respect and veneration of our prayers to all souls who have died in disasters, epidemics, and armed conflicts around the world, especially to all those deceased in the Nepal earthquake and all those deceased by the new coronavirus. We offer prayers to all souls, inscribed in the posthumous purple tablet of the Myoshini Temple, HBS in Nepal Center, and to deceased ancestors of all participants in today's session, and they all to deceased today, and especially for Obarakira, Myoho Kyoriki, Trism, for all the participants and people doing Gohoku today. We pray one by one for the elimination of the belly karmas and the great progress in the silence. Homo happoi shogekyo yo shodei honnin yeshu no namu-myo Mushi-iraye homo zai shosho metsu honnin yori bushin ni ikaru made tamochidate matsuru honmon no honmon no kaidan honmon jigyo happoi shoken jogyo shoden honnin yeshu no namu-myo renge-kyo, namu-myo
ありがとうございます。
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 Thank you everyone for this divination session here in the Kathmandu Center. Thank you the people who watch us online in this divination this session. June 6, no? Bolje vida. Escuta? Escuta, não é, não? Bolje, dele se tini pani unca. Dele se tini unca. Via Tito tini Tito é, não? 7 o'clock, no? Boliviana, Viana Puja, 7 o'clock. Sapezana, almost well. The people who come to come straight here physically in the temple, please try to participate online. Saturday we need to use this opportunity, no? Not opportunity, no? Alicante Sagilo. It's more easy, no? To come on Saturday, no? In the weekend, Monday, Wednesday, all these days, mitzvah, we can do. But it's a little bit more harder, no? But we can start by coming on Saturday, no? Most of the people can come with the family, with the friends, everyone can come and participate together in this chance. And after 4 days, as we told this morning, there is a member, Brazilian member, Nepal, all in Sapezana, de Portugal, no? There is a Brazilian, no? Neymar, that's the way, no? There is a come, and in the end of this month, no, based in Pachi, Philippine Koguru, and Japanese Koguru, Pani Onus. So we need a lot of members, a lot of support for this Gohokos, no? Aja, basically is this, dere dhanyavad, arigatou gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。